ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages. Welcome to the Robb Crocker Show. My name is Alex Gonzalez. I am here with Jared Burrows, as always, in the studio. And we have a special guest, Mike, who's joining us all the way from across the street. Nice. And we have, of course, the man himself, Robb Crocker. Give it up for Robb Crocker. How are you doing today?
It's good to be back in the studio. Dance with the devil, walk with the angels. If it ain't black, it's got to be white. I'm glad to have hair by day, bar by night.
Yes, right now, fucking yes. I am right here, right now. So and I'm going to say the fucking everything that you want to fucking go. Give it to me.
The stories he can tell from your wives by day and the patrons by night, I have no idea.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a diversified...
Or you, Crocker, or you. Or so, you.
I have to wait to get a haircut. I have to wait for a drink. But let's get it on. Let's start talking about... It's crazy what happens within 1 week from one show to the next with the president that we have.
Yeah.
The country that we live in.
There's always something to talk about, and there's always something to drink. We've got Branch and Barrel in the studio, as always. Whiskey of our choice. Best whiskey in all of Colorado. And, of course, repping our Black Heart gear. Hats today. We just got a bunch of orders in for hats. The orange ones, the new orange ones were a hit for sure.
Yep.
So definitely go check that out. Message us right now, and in the future you'll be able to buy those direct. But they're a hit. We've been selling them, so that's great.
Hats, stickers, keychains, key fobs.
V-neck T-shirts.
V-necks. I don't know.
V-necks.
I don't know how many old men we have.
I'm just saying V-necks, Crocker, V-necks.
All right. Gonzo, put that on our list, V-necks.
All right, V-necks for the middle schoolers that watch us.
Well, we do have children of all ages, so let's get some V-necks out there. But it's been a busy week, and there's a plethora of things to talk about, but it's just going to be a fun, entertaining night, and I want to start out with something. Actually, the reason Mike's in the studio tonight is a lot of kids are on spring break, traveling across the country to Florida, to the Caribbean, and as everyone knows, there is a missing girl in the DR, Dominican Republic, at Punta Cana, that went missing, and it's a flashback to a lot of pain that the Holloways went through in Aruba. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's been a while back. But she was a high school senior who went to Aruba and unfortunately got killed. So they don't know exactly what's happened to the girl that's down in DR. But I find it interesting that all of these high-end resorts don't have cameras that are looking at hallways, looking at the beach with technology the way it is now. And it's very interesting that she hasn't been found. But Mike has a couple young girls that just went on a cruise ship. And when he was telling me this, I was just thinking how easy it is for someone to get tossed off a cruise ship and why he felt comfortable enough just to say, all right, go. I don't know if he just wanted to get rid of them or I wanted to know what his parenting skills were.
Not my kids, though. Don't throw my kids off the cruise ship. No. No, but if...
So your parenting skills send them on a cruise.
Was like some stupid man with a woman, like it was like, oh, we're going to go on a cruise ship and then I'm just going to toss her off and then we're going to be done and we're going to do it because she's done. She's gone. And then I'm done. And then I'm done with her. It's like, that's a perfect thing for a male to say, I love you, but I don't love you. But you know what? We're going to go on the cruise. And then, whoop, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Bye-bye. And then I don't have to, yeah.
I wonder how often that happens.
I mean, we're listening to it right now, right? Yeah, I mean...
So your parenting skills, we're talking about a missing girl in the Dominican Republic.
I know.
And you're talking about taking your ex-wife or your girlfriend on a cruise and you have told everybody in the world that if she doesn't come back, that you did it. Yeah. That's what I heard.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Gonzo, is that what you heard?
Not entirely, but I think
You heard that. Come on.
I didn't hear. Just let him finish the
JB?
story. Just let him finish the story.
All right, finish the story.
No, I'm just saying, like, that's a perfect way to get away from a relationship.
how to get away with murder.
You go on a cruise, and then bloop, she goes off the side, and you're like, done. You're done.
He's not
Like,
saying he did it. He's just saying it
Yeah,
happened
it
to
happened.
happen.
Exactly. It's just she
And it's very
fell off,
unfortunate.
right?
Very unfortunate.
And
Yeah.
then you're like, oh my god, how did that happen? I just don't.
So let's go back to the cameras in the DR. This poor girl's from Pittsburgh. Actually, she goes to the University of Pitt, lives in Virginia, and with technology the way it is today, we've kind of talked about privacy before, and I thought about this last night when I was thinking about discussing this on the show tonight. With Apple AirTags, is there a way that they can get smaller, that you can put it on an anklet or on a bracelet?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not literally Apple AirTags. I mean, they could make them smaller, but you can definitely have some sort of tracking device.
Well, if you had a young daughter and
extremely
you were going
small.
to send her somewhere in the world, I know you've been.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I
you-
wouldn't
but,
either.
but you've been to a lot of places.
Yeah.
And you've seen how the opportunities are there for your child just
Yeah.
to disappear.
Well, not even just a child, just adults. If they're not aware of their surroundings, I mean, it happens all the time.
We actually discussed this one night on the show about being coded or being tagged to where you could be tracked. And this is an opportunity to where it's unfortunate that she's missing. And I pray to God they find her alive. But there has to be a way to utilize the smarts of all the people that are in this world to prevent incidents like this. Even if the girl that Mike's with on the cruise and she gets thrown off, at least you'll know that she's out in the middle of the Atlantic, the Pacific, or the Gulf.
As long as it's waterproof.
Right.
Yeah, most people that have AirTags though tend to keep it on like a purse, on a phone, keychain, so that gets separated from the actual person.
Well, yeah, I mean,
themselves.
the AirTag itself might be an issue because, you know, it's hard to keep it
but it's a
on
relative
you.
location.
But what I was
That too,
suggesting,
yeah.
like young girls, like this girl had bracelets on, an anklet on, or whatever. But if I don't know, there has to be technology
Yeah, for sure.
that can be in a phone or be somewhere to where you can find this person if this person goes missing.
Yeah.
Without
well, too,
being,
I like the bracelet idea because, like, even if they ended up taking it off at some point, I'm sure it would stay on her longer, so where you could find like the last location, so to say.
well,
As opposed to like if you lost, let's say someone gets
Or
napped
if-
and they lose their purse
Or
at the
if
scene.
you're the husband that knows that she's cheating and you want to dump her off.
hairdresser
You know
by
what I'm
day,
saying?
bar by night. The
You know what I'm
stories-
saying? Or if you're like hanging out, you're like, throw her off on the side of the cruise
so you
ship.
could at least find her later and say, "Look, we found her.
I mean,
it's
they
okay."
won't find her, or they won't find her. They're out.
You
know?
remember charm bracelets used to be popular.
Yeah.
I think Pandora bracelets possibly still may be.
Hey, baby, I know you're cheating on me. We're gonna go on this cruise, and it's gonna be crazy good. And then we're like rocking around, and then we go on the top deck, and you go boop. See ya. And then there you go, right?
Just
That's what I'm
I think
saying.
you're eliminating any woman from going on a cruise with you myself.
I'm just
but,
saying. But
Yeah, but don't people share their location on their iPhones anyways? So if they don't do
But the
that.
problem is that young girl, and most girls right now that are over in Daytona Beach or New Smyrna Beach, Fort Lauderdale, they're not walking down the beach in their smoking bikini or whatever, carrying their phone. They got all of their selfies.
Yes, they are. They can't get rid of it.
They got all of their selfies, their Instagram posts, and things like that. But somehow this happens over and over again. So I'm trying to bring attention to this to eliminate happening in the future.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, too, it still happens in the United States. I mean, Orlando is one of the capitals of the world, actually, where that still does happen, unfortunately. I think that we do need to look into ways to prevent it, but also if it does happen, is there a way to, have tracking capability on that person? I mean, I'd be willing to have that for myself and my wife, really, if we had access to it. What do you want? Little.
No.
JB,
What?
hair by day, bar by night. Needs
I didn't know it
needs a
for
dart.
itself.
All right, so I think we are all in agreement that there's a way to, or there should be a way with technology to send our kids out. And like you said, Gonzo, it's not just on a trip. It could be trick-or-treating. It could be anything. Because,
Yeah, just a trip to the mall.
yeah, and
I think, too, it goes back to the governments that are... Sorry, what do you need? Oh,
I need those back.
It goes back to, I mean, obviously, we know that some areas are safer than others because of government, police, whatever the case may be. So you do run the risk of, we're going to a country that is known to have corruption and lax policing in certain areas, or they're bought out by the cartels entirely. So it's like,
Cameras in this situation.
yeah, but too, I mean, like, back to the resort thing. If the resort is being, somewhat occupied by the cartel, surely they're saying, like, hey, let's avoid so many cameras because, hey, we slide you some money, we do what we want to do, you don't say anything. That happens, unfortunately, in Central and South America all the time.
it goes back to one of the discussions we talk about all the time is the border and what they do there. So I just think there's an opportunity to figure out a way to use technology to help innocent boys, innocent girls, traffickers with drugs, whatever it may be. There's a way to use what we have in technology where in lieu of that, you have House representatives in California who are trying to put a bill on the floor to where if someone approaches you and threatens you and is going to whip your ass or potentially kill you.
Isn't that stranger danger?
Stand your ground.
It would be called stand your ground.
Isn't that
But they're trying
That
stranger
too.
danger?
Yeah.
But they're trying to put the verbiage in it to where if you were to react and you happen to terminate or kill that person, the law's not going to protect you. So here in Florida and North Carolina, in reasonable places, if you were at a gas station, hair by day, bar by night, and someone approached you at the gas station and you thought they were going to steal your car and possibly hurt you, what would you do, Mike?
Mommy. 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 I need my mommy. I need my mommy. Mommy. Mommy.
Car gets
I need
stolen.
my mommy. I need my mommy.
Jerry, what would you do?
Well, number one, I'd never be at a gas station.
Exactly right.
Two, in Florida, I already have an answer. You know I have an answer. In Florida, we have stand your ground, but in Florida, you also can conceal carry here. So there's multiple ways to protect yourself. So
Yeah.
it's pretty simple.
Oh my God, yeah. So if you're at a Tesla charging station,
You may not be at a
and
gas
some
station.
guy with a bigger, darker Cybertruck pulls up and says, "Hey,
Spray that
give
motherfucker."
me that."
Spray him. Fucking do it, whatever. And if you have your kid at a fucking dark place, you should not be there anyway.
Yeah, good point. Actually, yeah.
Good.
Do
So
we have any comments from anybody watching this shit show?
Dave just asked where the other guy is, who I'm assuming is Zach, who was here last week.
Yeah.
Everyone's new favorite.
Where is he tonight?
I know
don't
exactly
know.
where he is.
Fucking
but,
spray that motherfucker. Fucking seriously. You shouldn't be there. I mean, seriously.
don't worry.
You
this guy's
you
got
don't have your kid at a fucking way station fucking shit, dude.
This guy's cutting your hair by day, and he's making your drinks at night. So this is what you have taking care of you in the service industry.
Seriously.
Exactly. So going back to what we were talking about, I think it's an unfortunate situation to where you have seconds in your life to where if someone's threatening you and you happen to be carrying, and you have to contemplate, if I shoot this guy, am I going to go to jail? Am I going to go and lose my life?
Well, it sounds to me like they're trying to make it so where the courts have more leeway of convicting someone that ends up defending themselves.
Yeah, convicting the wrong person.
Right.
So
The Second Amendment makes it very clear.
yeah,
You have the right to defend yourself. If someone comes and fucks with me, I'm going to beat your ass.
First.
And absolutely. And if you hit me first, there's a good chance at this point in my life, I don't really want to fight anybody, but you're probably not going to walk away from that. And I'm not
With you, Crocker, hell no. Hell fucking no. You, I fucking swear to God. If it was, yeah, swear to God, there you are. I'm just saying. Like, I'm fucking Crocker, fucking, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
That's
how I feel. And I think all of us,
The voice, the presence, everything.
The aura.
Or like everything. It's like, oh shit. Wow.
dance with the devil, walk with the angels.
Get it.
And if you fuck with me, you'll find out what Jesus or the devil's all about. So it's real simple.
There you go.
It's true, yeah.
There you have it.
All right, speaking of the devil, let's
So
talk
I'm
about...
not going to have my kids ever around Crocker, period.
Actually, I do pretty well with kids. I got 4 of my own.
No, I'm
and
just
I got
saying,
3
like,
stepkids,
I was just saying, like, that is your presence.
Well, most kids are safe around me because I'm not going to let anyone else mess with them.
Of course you are.
So, and I
You're
protect...
like the fence thing.
Speaking of the fence, Kash Patel, head of the FBI, Gonzo and I were talking about it earlier. A lot of you have seen Batman, to where you've seen where he goes up on top of the building and he puts the bat signal up. And he's able to know. Kash Patel has a direct line to President Trump from his home and his office in the FBI, bypassing the Attorney General for the first time in the history of the United States. What do you guys think about it?
That's actually kind of news to me. I mean, if you're the head of the FBI, you can't talk to the president directly anyways.
I think that it was just customary to keep certain people in the loop for reasons which we've discussed previously, where we think, okay, the previous administrations have avoided this direct conversation. Everyone wants to be involved and make sure we're all on the same page to fulfill the agenda, so to say. But essentially, this administration is saying, why doesn't it make sense to essentially have a direct line between me and you so we can get stuff done without unnecessary interference? If someone else needs to know, they'll know. But it's more of like a need to know thing. It's like, listen, here's what's going on. Let's get it done. Okay, cool. Who do we need to get in on this? Now we'll contact
but
them.
for all intents and purposes, I do believe there's an order, right? I don't expect Kash Patel to come out and try and indict somebody or say we're investigating you. You never talk about an ongoing investigation. That should go to Pam Bondi, and then she'll file an indictment.
Right. Need to know.
Yeah, need to know.
Well, there's a protocol in life and in the presidency and in the military. I think when you supersede that you create and put yourself in a position to where you can be criticized.
So are you talking about superseding the Attorney General in this instance, or?
Possibly.
Okay.
But I think if Kash Patel knows something is going on shady in the Dominican Republic and doesn't let Pam Bondi, which is his direct boss, know about it and calls President Trump directly, I think that's where you could get into some positions. So I'm a little concerned about the dynamic
I think,
of it.
it's more about, like, for example, they've been talking about people have been leaking information from.
They caught too.
Right. So I think this is also an effort to eliminate some of that, because if you have, like, for example, the entire administration in on this, like, they're able to listen to all the information at once, it's hard to catch who is leaking information. But if you eliminate that, you could say, okay, the information didn't get leaked this way, the information didn't get leaked this way, but it got leaked when I talked to you, so maybe there's something to do with you. So I think it's just they're trying to pinpoint where the leaks might be coming from. That's just one of my theories about it.
I guess you can only compartmentalize information so much. So now it's going to be like isolated per individual.
Well, you look at who President Trump's put in the positions that he's put him in. He has a cabinet that I believe that he trusts.
Yeah, I agree.
People that he internally respects, even though he did call Rubio little Marco.
Well, that's like 2015. You got to fight your opponents. Right?
Yeah, but what he has truly done to me that I respect is he's put
What has he done?
Secretary of State Marco Rubio out in the worlds to where he is the voice of President Trump.
A lot of eyes on him now. Yeah.
To all of the world leaders, to where I think the combination of all of the people there, you're never going to have everybody that likes everybody, no matter what. You can have a classroom of kids, there's going to be favorites, there's going to be this, and Donald Trump is the teacher, and then all of the other kids.
You said kids.
Sometimes they behave like kids.
So,
You said
Congress,
kids.
senators, yeah, they do. But his cabinet is strong, and I don't think there's anyone that is in that cabinet that shouldn't be in the role that they're in. Do you guys?
Well, I mean, we're looking at Pam Bondi a little closely now, but we'll see what happens with that. I'm torn between, is she not qualified for the job, or is she just getting
How
so
the
much
hell is she not
pushback?
qualified for the job?
Wait. Remember, we're just
Hold
kind
on.
of backing you up from a few weeks ago because you said that the Epstein papers should have been released several weeks ago. Now I'm kind of looking at you thinking, Crocker said that a few episodes ago. What's going on? First phase came out, but what was that? Nothing, really.
What I'm trying to say is it not qualified, meaning is it too much for her? Is it more than what she expected and now there's more pushback? Or is it that she's been compromised too? So it's like, let's look more into this and see what really is going on.
What do you think about that?
I think that when the right hand speaks and the left hand's not prepared for what the right hand's saying, in the federal government creates a problem. Because Pam Bondi didn't have all of the information. The FBI in New York had all of the information. I think there's
Right.
so many.
So my point is, did she go in there thinking it was going to be easier than it actually was, and now she's like, wait a minute, this is going to be much harder than I thought? And of course, since it's her job, she's at the forefront of that, and she's going to be blamed for it, essentially.
I agree with that
Yeah,
statement.
that's kind of where I'm going with
I
it.
Yeah,
agree
I'm
with-
Not
not
that she's not
anti-Pam
qualified.
Bondi.
No.
No,
No.
I voted
Yeah,
for Pam Bondi.
not that she's not qualified, but maybe she just didn't expect this much pushback. She's in over her head, so to say, which isn't necessarily her fault.
Well, everybody knew walking in, Trump was very adamant that he wanted to release the RFK, MLK, Epstein
JFK.
files, JFK, excuse me. I got RFK. We're going to talk about some hallowed oil for your face.
Beef tallow.
Beef tallow. There you go.
No, RFK was
really?
killed too. He really says too.
That too, yeah.
So we're going to talk about a lot of that. But it's just, I think people.
We're gonna start talking about skincare too.
We could.
I'm trying
that-
to keep you in the
That's
loop.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to keep the story
I'm just
relevant to
saying.
you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you use beef tallow?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Do you?
Not judging. My wife
Not-
uses it. Like,
I'm not saying anything. I'm just
You
saying.
said a lot about the cruise ship, so why can't you talk about your face care? Beef tallow or no?
What's about your face care,
I'm old.
Mr. Rocco?
just water.
I get in the sun.
Yeah.
I take a shower with water.
I just do on my beer. I get my Bloody Mary. I get my I get my thing. I get my God. I'm good.
It's pretty close.
There
Start
you go.
out in the morning. Bloody Mary.
Is that true? Bloody Mary didn't seem like you though.
Pretty much every Sunday.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Exactly. So to finish up that, I think that the cabinet's strong, and I think the more competitive it is, with all of them wanting, I think they all have the same desire to see America better. How was the Branch and Barrel tonight, Gonzo?
Good as always. The best.
Flagship tonight, or what are you drinking?
Yeah, I'm drinking the flagship tonight.
What was
Switching
different
it
about
up.
that drink earlier?
Oh, I actually made it into an old fashioned, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Just testing some things.
Nice.
I made a homemade simple syrup with rosemary. Change things up a little bit.
See, I have a lot of creative people around me. I have hair. I have bar.
I was just channeling my
Then
inner
I
Mike, making crazy stuff.
right? Crazy.
Then I have a guy that's
what we
never
do.
going to. Then I have a guy that's never going to a gas station.
That's what
Yeah,
we do.
I'm automatically safer.
How do you feel that you are automatically safer going to a charging station?
I don't. I have it at my house. Yeah, I have an answer for everything. So I mean,
Jared basically says, I want to limit contact with the outside world, therefore limiting putting myself in danger.
Oh, the characters that are on the ship tonight. Good God. Want the play card to be fun tonight. All right, let's talk about Steak and Shake and cooking and with tallow, beef tallow, and skincare with beef tallow.
Yep.
Have any of you guys knowingly had anything cooked in beef tallow?
I need to go to Steak and Shake and check it out. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I know Steak and Shake was like the first to
I think
switch over to
steak-
beef tallow.
I think Steak and Shake is out, right? They're done, aren't they?
No, I think they did like a rebranding or something.
So like
they're
Mary,
not
they're done.
Oh, Lake Mary is, yeah.
Yeah, they're gone,
Well, that's one specific location out of a chain of the country, but yeah.
right? And then
Local
you have-
news.
Local business is gone. So going back to beef tallow,
I mean,
I've heard
I cook
there was a
with,
list.
I cook with beef tallow.
Where do
at
you
home.
buy beef tallow?
There's some like local farm to table place.
But you
that they
can't
sell
go in
it.
a grocery store and say
No.
where you're looking
No, yeah,
at
yeah.
olive
No, you can't
oil,
do that.
Wesson, or
No.
any of that. Beef tallow is not readily available.
No. Yeah, you have to go to like a farm or a place that, you know, gets their stuff from local farms and stuff like that. So we cook with it, but yeah, now a lot of businesses are switching to using beef tallow instead of certain
Excuse-
oils.
excuse-
None of these restaurants that I'm listing sponsor us.
Excuse me. Do you have beef tallow? Do you have?
It's beef tallow.
Do you have tallow? Do you have? I'm just trying to tallow. Do you have that?
And they go,
So are we
no.
suggesting that the vineyard should start cooking all of their fried goods in beef tallow? I think that would be a wonderful idea to transition into for the year 2025 to make every customer healthier.
I don't think that's.
I think that would be great for the owner, the chef.
I'm gonna
think it
say
would-
no. I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna say no.
Can we make a beef tallow cocktail?
No.
No?
Nope.
Can't Bloody Mary with beef tallow.
Nope.
I want my bacon fried.
And no.
Awful negative.
So
on
what
the-
are the restaurants?
Outback was one.
Okay.
Yep.
And I didn't know this, that the blooming onion that the Outback serves is one of the deadliest fried foods that you can get.
Makes
Not
sense to
anymore.
me.
Not anymore.
Was?
Uh,
Oh man,
But
that,
the-
that explains it. Why?
You also have Buffalo Wild Wings as one.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah. So one of the things about the reason I'm talking about this is
If you're going to, oh my God, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
HHS, said everyone should have a choice. And I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you go in a grocery store, you have a choice. But I think this choice is going to transition into future problems to when you fill out health insurance questionnaires, life insurance questionnaires, to where the questionnaires ask you height, weight, do you use tobacco? Do you cook with Hallowell.
You always say no.
Or in this case, you say, yes, I do cook with tallow oil.
Yeah.
I know, but you say no.
So, I think this is going to open up a larger box because of pharmaceutical companies. It does no one in the United States as the overall population where we're 40 pounds. This is the first generation that will not outlive their parents.
You think so? That will not outlive.
Not
Their parents.
outlive their parents, age-wise,
Okay.
because of health reasons.
So you think life expectancy is going to go down
Correct.
with the generations that are here right now?
Yes.
Okay.
For multiple reasons. All of the kids are soft as fuck. They don't even know how to get outside and play. They don't know what the smell of grass is. They don't know what grass stains are on their clothes. They get a scrape.
They don't know how to smell if rain's coming.
No. They get a scrape. They got to go to the ER. So it's just unfortunate that everyone has allowed our children to be in the position that they are. I don't know if I feel my children are at an age, I don't even know what classification they are. The youngest one's graduating high school. But I think the kids right now that are in elementary school are piece of shits. Their parents coddle, they cuddle, they just pat them on the ass. There is no
Not even that.
consequence for anything that they do.
So we're changing this on what our kids do right now, because I have 3 girls and
And they're all on a cruise ship,
on a cruise ship right now, right?
hoping no
They
one
have
throws them off.
They have no.
Well, he's not on the cruise ships. So
They have no idea, like what, like they're on their.
Why don't they have an idea?
They're on
You
their-
are their parent.
they're on-
You are his. You are the dad.
I know.
Why don't you control it?
I get it. They're on their mom's ticket. They're not on my ticket. They're on their mom's ticket.
They don't call you. Hey, Dad, can you send me money? Hey, Dad, can you do
So
this?
what
Hey,
I
Dad,
did-
can you do
so-
that?
so
They don't
what I
do
did-
that. They don't
Right,
do that.
right.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Come on.
So
Tell the
I-
truth.
So before they went on the cruise ship,
You had to cut their hair,
On
get
Verizon-
their nails done.
exactly, right? And Verizon got that
the plan.
the plan, right?
What plan?
The
If
plan,
they
the
fall off
$20
the boat,
a day
If they
plan.
fall off the boat,
For
you track
what?
them.
And that plan too. I'm fucking sure that's gonna fucking that they're gonna do that too.
Extra $50 a month.
Swear to God, it was $20 a day per phone,
Jeez.
right? Right. Dad, you're gonna have to set up that plan on our phone because we're going on the cruise ship.
How old are they? How old are
Of
they?
course I am. Of course I have to, right? And then I have to take you to shop and nails and hair and fucking do all that bullshit before you get on the cruise
There's
ship.
more cuss words
Before your
tonight.
mom, right? And then I'm done. And then
Any
like
comments?
that's it. And that's all I have to say about that. And then and then now we're gonna like hopefully nobody goes off the cruise ship. I guess
If they do, hopefully they got their phone with them.
a beater like whatever you said that was. Yeah.
JB, aren't you looking forward to kids?
Don't.
I'm half
no.
of just
No,
like you, just
you
all
don't.
boys. It's not all boys.
Do you have all boys?
I have one daughter.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 daughters, Taylor and Jadra, but the rest
Yeah,
are
to think
boys.
about it.
No, because 4 are my kids and 3 are my
Yeah, no, I'm just
stepchildren.
kidding. I'm messing with you.
And no, I know all of
But
their.
when you have 7 of them, you're like, which one?
I know all of their names. I
My
know
mom
which,
had 4, and she
But
called me
think
the wrong
if
name.
you're like Elon
I
Musk,
know which
he's
one.
got
I know which
13
one
kids.
cost me the most money. How's that?
So Elon Musk has 13 kids. So how about him?
Well, he started
He's
naming
trying to
them
create. He's
serial
trying.
numbers.
How about that?
He's trying.
Yeah, he probably does have like he's like
He wants to increase the population.
Yeah,
13 kids he has.
When you got that kind of
It might
money,
even more.
It's possible, yeah.
yeah, just poke for
Yeah,
fun.
13 that week.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the consequences.
Jumping in on the United States of America. There you go.
So you don't think Elon's doing a good job for the United States of America?
I mean, it is what it is.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
You just said he's shoving it in the United States of America, so I'm curious to what
Well,
that
they
means.
just I just heard that that Mr. Donald Trump is going to buy a car,
But
He bought.
right?
He bought a Tesla.
Right?
There were red, white, and blue out there.
Oh, they should just get together and kiss each other and call each other a day. You know what I'm saying?
What is it you don't like?
No, I don't. No. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Not even gonna be there.
Nope.
Nope.
I don't
Not
understand
even
what
gonna do it.
nope means when you're so passionate about cruise ships. Your daughters, the two of them control the future of what your daughters are going to live in. So what is it you don't like? You have a president, you have the richest man in the world trying to make the United States a better place. So what is it you don't like?
So all I do is love my girls and love how they are. Hate their mom. I hate their mom. Love my girls.
Oh, she's not watching.
She's not. So I love my girls.
You
I hate
realize
their
when she
mom.
hears about it, she's going to watch.
Vineyard is my life.
Do you like the vineyard better than where you work during the day?
No. Yeah. So you have that.
Who do you
right?
have more fun with at work?
Robbie Jones.
good answer.
I fucking love Robbie Jones.
Well,
I love him.
he's a good proprietor. There's no doubt. He runs one of the best restaurants.
Fucking Robbie Jones, he's fucking amazing. I swear to God, if I swear,
Oh.
I wish he
All
was
right,
my
let's
brother.
get back. Let's get off subject before we go down a road that we can't
I wish
come back.
Robbie Jones was my brother. I wish, swear to God.
I hope you have a job after the show, but let's get back to where we were talking on how it's going to affect people's insurance, prices rising, where the health and human services actually will make a transition.
So, do you think too at some point it might become more like of a legal issue? Meaning, like, so in Europe, for example, companies are restricted on using certain stuff to make their products, chips, soda, whatever. Do you think that we'll reach that point in
Absolutely.
the United States? I think so too. I think obviously it's going to take cutting out the lobbyists and the power of the corporate. You got 10 ingredients on this soda. You come here and there's like 50.
I don't
So-
think anyone should tell us that we can't drink branch and barrel whiskey. I don't think anyone
All natural.
could tell me that I can't smoke a cigar or a cigarette. I don't think anybody should ever have the right to infringe on what we want to do. I think what we do has the ability to cost us more as far as living. I think my health insurance, my life insurance, should cost more because of the choices I make. Just like cars and insurance is with, we talked about this one night to where cars can tell if you're speeding and do this and do that. And if you drive well, your insurance should be cheaper.
Oh yeah.
But I think every action has an equal or greater reaction. If your action is, I'm living my life as hard as I can. I got a funny meme the other day. It's pretty funny that if I were a car, my check engine light would be on.
All the time.
And I would just say, I'm okay. I'm gonna keep
It still
driving.
drives.
They're like, beep, 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 beep.
There'd be a lot of sounds, but I'm going to keep driving
It's still moving.
until the wheels come off. That's just how I'm going to live my life.
I do think though too, like, like you said, you can't stop someone from drinking Coke or eating certain chips
Are
or
we
whatever.
talking about insurance right now?
Kind of.
Are we talking about that?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, kind
We
of.
are?
We are, in a way. But I think that, like, we can still produce Coke, for example, and allow people to buy it. But why should we allow all these unnecessary, harmful ingredients to go in when we could make it in a more safer way for consumers?
People could go back to when Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, and all of these things,
Put cocaine in there.
and Gatorade were first originated and make it with that formula, and it would be safer for you than it is today.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you can say that about McDonald's. You can say that about all the fast food
My
restaurants.
God, you can say about anything, but are
Yeah.
we talking
Even
about
cigarettes.
insurance or are we talking about McDonald's?
It's
What
a
the fuck are we
plethora of
talking
all. Just stay on the track and don't get run
Well,
over.
I'm just saying, we're talking about McDonald's or are we talking about insurance? What the fuck are we talking about?
What you eat. Well, let's go here. Everyone's phone has the ability to track where they are and what they're doing. So can your phone be the telltale to your insurance company, whether it's health and life,
Isn't that Geico? Isn't that
notifying them that, hey, this guy, he walked 5,000 steps today. Or this guy was at McDonald's and ate 3/4 pounders with cheese. Is there a way to get observed by your smartphone to save you money for health insurance, life insurance, just like your car does for car insurance?
Yes, there's a way.
Yeah.
Should we do it? No. Because I won't be saving money. I'll be spending more money. And you'll be spending way more money than me. Jared will probably save the most money, though. He has the most steps.
It's not about the steps. It's about what you do with the steps that you take.
That's
What's
good.
that?
That's good.
I mean, like, give me the steps. Give me the steps.
All right,
it
number
takes,
one, don't drink as much, Mike.
Right? So
Don't
give
smoke
me-
what you're smoking.
Give me this. So when yeah, so don't even want to say insurance is the biggest fucking scam ever.
Why is it a scam?
It is. Right? So you had COVID, right? Hit. Like everybody had. We had from the state, my kids, 3 kids, my ex-wife and me, everything. Totally good. Insurance good. Everything is good. And then it stopped, right? And so now me as a parent to go get insurance for my kids is insane. It's fucking insane. It's insane.
So I'll say this. The idea of insurance isn't a scam, but the way that they've been operating is definitely a scam.
Right.
And we've seen with the fires that have happened, with the floods, the
Right.
insurance companies have definitely been scamming the people that are using their services. 100%. I agree with that.
They give you all this and then they say, okay, we're done.
Well, yeah, you pay $10,000-$20,000 into a premium,
Right,
and then
and
all of a
then-
sudden you're, for whatever reason, not
Yeah.
able to get it.
Yeah, you're not covered anymore. And then here you go, right?
I think insurance should be like anything else. If you pay in for 12 months, let's say $500 every month, whether it's for health,
Whatever. It is.
life, renters, whatever it is, that's $6,000. If you don't have a claim or use any of it, they should give you 50% back. It's like going to play blackjack. It's like anything else. If you use the insurance, you paid for it. You should be able to use it. But if you don't use the insurance, get a rebate. I think you will see people try to get a rebate. And I remember in the late 70s in eastern North Carolina, there after a hurricane, you could buy beachfront property for pennies on the dollar because no one wanted to risk having anything there because it wasn't going to be covered. And that's what's happened now. If you want to put a house in a risky position, you have a choice. You can build it and put it there. Insurance isn't going to cover it. That's your choice. Just like if you want to eat 8 double quarter pounders with cheese today, I don't have to give you health insurance. I don't have to give you life insurance. And but it goes back to where I think everybody has a choice. The person has a choice. The life insurance, all the insurance companies have a choice. I don't have to insure you, Gonzo. But if I do insure you, it's going to cost your ass. So that's just reality. Everybody has a choice, individuals and companies.
Yeah, I think the issue is like someone that has paid for years and years and years, and then for them to turn around and say, well, we can't insure you. And then they don't get their money back and they don't get insured. So that's part of the problem. So, I mean, and with the rebate thing, it's like, okay, maybe that could work, but then they might turn around and say, well, we gave you half your money back, so we're really not going to be able to insure you that much. So it's like, I think it should be more of like, listen, you've paid this much into it. You're 100% should be more inclined to getting your payout.
Right. Gonzo, you just bought a $5 million house on the east coast of Florida.
God bless America.
You paid one insurance payment of $500. Hurricane hits it, house is gone. So now, insurance company's got to replace a $5 million house after you paid $500. Get the fuck out of here,
And they're not going to do that if they've been paying back 50% of the premiums to everyone else, because they're going to say, we don't have money. We can't pay it. So I think that's what I see being an issue.
That's the whole double-edged sword.
Right.
How do you balance it out when there's so many people moving to places of luxury and places that are expensive? How does an insurance company even begin to pay that back? They couldn't even pay back Western North Carolina, where you're talking 50 to...
So are they making false promises?
Ponzi scheme?
What? Wow. So it is a scam.
Yeah. If you were to categorize right now, take one insurance company that has 100,000 clients. If every one of those clients lost everything, that insurance company doesn't have enough money to cover it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why is that? Everybody's paid it in. Where's the money?
It's like banks not having money in the vault.
Mm.
Real quick, someone wants to know what we're drinking. So I'm drinking Branch and Barrel, the flagship bourbon tonight. Very, very good whiskey. We also have the wheated bourbon here. So definitely check that out. It's one of my new favorite bourbons for sure. 13th colony, 15th anniversary in the glass. Nice. Check out Branch and Barrel for sure, though. That's been what we've been drinking for the last few months.
Yeah,
I think.
please do, and be sure to check those guys out. We're trying to get them in Florida, and Blackheart Gear. If you can, if the website's not working, message this show, message myself, Gonzo, JB, and we'll get you whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because summer's coming around, new teas.
And we'll talk about health insurance the next episode.
Health insurance is done. We're going to go to federal funding SNAP
We'll talk
lunches.
about health insurance the next episode.
SNAP, where the government gives the money to the people. What should the people be able to buy?
What, with the Doge dividend checks? Is that what you're talking about?
No, SNAP, where you get
Snap.
Oh, the credit cards everyone's given? Yeah.
where you get funded by the government because you're less than fortunate.
Oh, food stamps.
Okay.
SNAP.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
EBT cards.
Yes, EBT. What should you be allowed to buy? Should you be allowed to go in and buy honey buns, Coca-Cola?
That's a good question. I always thought
Cigars, cigarettes. What is the ramification? What should you be able to buy with your funding from the government?
I thought like places like Publix would label
Hookers?
like milk,
They do. There's places
tea,
there's places
honey,
that have
bread.
this is SNAP approved.
Yeah.
But convenience stores is where you get pulled the wool over your ass. Because if you can go in there and buy anything in a convenience store, but what you just said, JB, is true. The actual grocery store says this is, it used to be anyway,
Yeah, I used to be. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I've seen, like pictures or videos of someone posting like this person pushing a cart full of, the cart's full and the person's cart is like half empty or not even half empty. They got 10 things in there. Like, oh, well, I wish I was on food stamps because I could be with the cart that's full of food instead of me paying cash for all, 10 items that I have. So yeah, I think they should definitely take another look at that and say, okay, you can only buy
What is
essential
the only
things.
essential?
So like, not junk food.
Toilet
should
paper?
not be on there. Toilet paper. I would let
Toothpaste?
hygiene. Hygiene's good.
What brand? See, this is where you walk down that slippery slope. Hey,
Maybe we can
you're
make-
discriminating to me. You're making me use Crest.
Tough luck. Get a job. You need to have like EBT branded stuff everywhere.
Yeah, but
and
that's-
that's
So
what you
if
can buy.
I'm
Wait,
at
wait.
Rachel's and using my EBT card, no.
Because
can't
now
do that.
there's two slippery slopes. You say, oh, well, now you have to, or you have the slippery slope of I can go into a convenience store and buy whatever I want with the money that I paid into the system that's now being paid into you. So I'd rather we have to put in a little more effort to minimize what people can buy with federal money as opposed to just buy whatever you want and continue to live in the same, life.
I always
that
thought
we're
they had a limit on those cards, so you have to
They
pick.
did.
There is,
They-
yeah.
You have
there's
to
a.
pick.
So, I remember some point in my youth, there was a green stamp store.
Rocco, you did not have EBT in your youth. I'm just saying that. Rocco, you
So
did
should
not.
there be a
You did
specific
not.
store?
You did not have EBT.
I'm trying to worry about everyone else, not myself at this particular moment. So let's do that. Let's go by. Did any of you guys watch the speech by Trump last week?
the quote unquote State of the Union, not State of the Union.
Yes.
Yes.
What was your opinion on all of the people and their reactions when he was speaking?
I thought it was great because he really, exposed the left as being so hypocritic, right?
Hypocritical.
Yeah, I mean, every time he said something positive that everyone should be clapping for, only certain people clapped, and of course, the certain people that just hate everybody didn't clap.
Well, I think it's cool too that towards the beginning of his speech, he said, "I could, cure the
cancer.
worst disease, and they won't
Yeah.
stand up, they won't clap, whatever." So that way, it sets up the precedent of like, wait, let's watch them and see what they do. So when he does say all these things, or if he does shout out certain people in the audience, and then you look at them and say, "Oh, they didn't stand up for the 13-year-old boy that has brain cancer," like.
No,
That was the most
wild.
the most touching moment of the evening. for
There's
me.
always the one that's like, really? You didn't stand up for that?
You can't.
Like, they didn't stand up for Elon Musk. Okay, I saw that one coming. But
You
you have a
can't make it
13-year-old
up.
boy that's got brain
You
cancer.
can't make it up. These people, and I don't want to use any of their names to give them credit.
We know
But
who they are.
When there's a congresswoman from Texas who says that if you come across the border, you're not committing a crime. It's not illegal. Man, get the hell out of here. You are representing people who voted for you. I want someone to say, everyone who didn't stand up, here's an ad. I'm going to post an ad when you're running. I didn't stand up for this. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this. They'll lose over and over and over again.
Yeah, 2026.
Well,
We'll see.
let's hope.
Not a bad idea.
But that's a simple deal. Let's start fundraising. Help these people get out of here. What do you think?
Hello, my name is and Crocker used his EBT card at the American the thing, and he used his EBT card. Crocker, he did.
Is that how you paid for dinner last night?
Crocker, sorry.
Clearly, JB, the ship is going to lose one after tonight. Oh, let's keep the bow up, JB. What do you got for us, my man?
Next headline, or
Next
Yeah.
headline.
gosh, oh man, so much has happened.
How about the Department of Education cutting 50% of
I
everyone who
can't
worked there?
believe Crocker has an EBT card.
I was going to mention like all the IRS, locations.
So crazy.
Essentially
Crocker
being
has the
defunded.
EBT card.
That happened or should be happening this week, or supposed to happen last week. I forget when it was supposed to happen. But
Well, the Department of Education tonight, they were all told, all employees were told, get your stuff out because security was going to be an issue. But they are cutting 50% of every employee.
Just think about how much money we're saving.
Jesus.
So what's going to happen when all these government employees are out of work? Where are they going to go try to get a job?
Who filed their taxes?
Who cares?
Like, I mean, seriously, that's gonna take forever. Forever.
Maybe.
that's not a bad thing.
That's a forever thing.
So with the government shutdown looming, I don't think the Democrats are smart enough to realize if that actually happens, it empowers Donald Trump 100-fold to where he can do and cut what he wants with Doge in the federal government. It's going to backfire on these guys so badly that it will be just astronomical of what actually transpires for them.
But also, he's getting rid of a lot of these federal buildings, like Nancy Pelosi's federal building, her library or whatever, and putting it all up for sale.
Ooh. We were talking about earlier how you think that with all these IRS agents being cut, and it's been brought up, they can't file all these taxes because they don't have the manpower. Do you think that the administration is just going to come out and say well, they're going to put an extension on filing taxes, or they're just going to?
Well, it's funny you say that because during COVID, they put an extension for the first time for everybody without even filing for an extension. So I'm wondering if he'll do that again. And this time it becomes, extension.
Or if it becomes
extension.
Well, maybe we don't.
Well, it's voluntary anyways,
I think he should eliminate the IRS immediately and use all of the external revenue to where go back to the sales tax. If you buy something, it covers you and it covers the taxes, and the government will be successful.
Yeah.
When you're getting a haircut
Yeah.
and you're buying a drink,
You show them where it is.
oh, the stories that we can tell.
Yeah, he'll show you where it is. No, but yeah, I think that makes total sense. You have 7% sales tax, and that way, based on what you're spending, you're paying into the system, and it's fair
Absolutely.
for everyone.
Because
I think too, with all what's going on, real quick, with all what's going on, all the stuff that's being cut. I was talking about this with Jared earlier. We're going to see the debt slowly still go down because he has all these different ways of paying down the debt. So the people are going to realize that, wait, we didn't need income tax to keep our country afloat. We didn't need all this stuff. And that sales tax is actually enough to fund what we need the government to actually do for us.
Basically, less government, less spending, right? And we go back to where we were in pre-1913 era.
when you look at what we're spending and what we're spending it on, like you just said, JB, when that's eliminated, you're not buying your kids $5,000 tennis shoes anymore. You're buying the necessities that have to be bought to where everyone can live and function.
Or we're not sending our money to a place like Ukraine,
Or everyone here working, sending their money back to the countries they're from.
Unless this ceasefire thing actually goes through, I don't know if Ukraine's going to be around much longer, just being honest with you.
The ceasefire, with what they did today, I think has to go through because, like Gonzo just said,
We need our minerals.
What choice does he have?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
you can keep getting punched in the face, and sooner or later you're going to get knocked down. Well, Ukraine's ready to get knocked down, and it's a shame. They fought a valiant fight, but they were never going to win.
I think it's a shame for the people that live there, for sure. Living in the corrupt government that has
Yeah.
managed their country so poorly. 100%. I feel bad for the Ukrainian people.
It's that time of night.
Walking the plank, or getting thrown off the ship, as some may say.
We got to get back on the ship to get thrown off. Let's see how that's going to work out.
Just had to pee, man. I'm sorry.
It's a first for everything.
For me, I'd say walking the plank for the IRS
Are we
agents.
back on?
Yeah, for a
Yes,
brief moment. So you're going to walk the IRS off the plank.
Yeah, I think he's doing that very slowly with the shutdowns and stuff. But I think we'll see something, a turnaround. Hopefully in April, early April. Help a lot of people out.
Yeah.
Mike, we have a segment on the show. It's called Walk the Plank.
Shut up.
It's similar to what you described about your cruise ship
Fucking
analogy.
give it to me.
So I'm going to let Gonzo explain it to you. So make
Crocker.
sure you understand it.
Crocker.
So whatever it's basically whatever you want to get off your chest. What do you want to, either like get rid of, or whether it's personal or outside of your personal life? Like, what do you want to just like get off the ship, if that makes sense?
Are you going to give me a minute on this, or this is live right now?
I'll give you like 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
Like 30 seconds, like right now?
Starting like 2 seconds ago.
Fuck. I hate my ex-wife.
There's this past
She
week.
took my kids on a cruise ship that I did
That
not.
was this past week.
No. Is that good?
That's perfect.
Perfect. Am I going on that or no?
If you want to expand, I guess you can, but we could just stick with that.
What are we doing? Do I need a tequila? I need a tequila shot, dude. You're all
We are
about
sponsored by
Sorry,
Branch and
we're all
Barrel.
Branch and-
We don't have tequila at this particular location, but
I need-
maybe
It's
in
also a personal thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it unless I have a tequila shot.
That's okay. That was enough for us. We got
Yep.
boom, boom. Quick one
Done.
tonight. That was great.
Yep,
Good
JB,
job.
you did good. Gonzo, what you got?
I would say let's walk half the Department of Education off the plank. Oh wait, we just did that.
Yeah, well, he said that.
No, I would say just the pointless conflict. We've seen it with Ukraine and Russia. We've seen it with Israel and Palestine.
Is this so on? Is this on?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
It's just, let's get back to looking out for ourselves and what's better for the people of our nation.
How about
Once
health
we've-
insurance for everybody in everybody? Health insurance. There you go.
Okay? And then,
That's all I'm saying.
you get what I'm saying. What do you
I threw down my mic
When you're the captain of the ship,
because it's costing me a shit ton of money.
you have scallywags that sometimes board
Next one. Health
that you may not want on the ship, but they were a valuable part for a brief segment. And then as that segment ended, you're able to push them off, as they so eloquently said, all through the night. But in the reality of everything, Gonzo and JB, I want to get everybody negatively off of President Trump and Elon Musk. I want to allow them to successfully run the country, and let's make America great again. I want everybody to love this country. God bless America. God bless you. Have a good night. Thanks, Gonzo. Thanks, JB. Thanks, Hair by Day and Beer by Night.